Welcome back to another Alliance War, the first war of Season 11, the first season that has defense tactics. For Loki, we're going up against none other than KenOB Jedi Knights, one of the strongest Alliance War-based alliances in the entire game. And for the first time in a few seasons here, for Loki, we're actually pushing for the Masters bracket once again. So I pop on a set of medium boost, want to take this seriously. And the first node is Psychic Thorns, that quick nullify, that doesn't really matter. I'm not going to gain any buffs, it only affects if you have a heal. And then there's this defensive tactic, Flow, which anytime I land a critical hit against a control defender, they're going to gain some power. And you can see this guy is hashtag control. Keep your eye whenever I, kind of scroll down the champion list. That's not just for your benefit, that's also for mine. I do not have those things memorized at all. But yeah, if I land a critical hit against this guy, which you're going to see throughout the fight, he is going to gain a power gain buff. He actually gains a few of them, but the power gain, it's nothing too crazy, as you're going to see. What I do have to watch out here with Omega Red, though, is this Psychic Thorns node. I can only do medium attacks and heavy attacks, because anytime you're landing a tentacle hit against the opponent with Omega Red, he does not take any Thorn-style damage back. And both mediums and the heavy attack from Omega Red, those are his tentacle hits, so I just can't do light attacks, and then I'm fine. And because I'm not hitting all that frequently, I'm also not critting all that much, and there we go. Infinity Man goes down without too much trouble. Alright, next fight here is up against Sentinel, and because he's a robotic champion, I do not want to use Omega Red. It is also Psychic Thorns. This time there's heal block on specials as well. And the same global, of course, that's going to be present throughout this entire war. But Sentinel here, he's a hashtag defensive champion. He's not control, so I don't have to worry about that global. What I do have to worry about, however, is just the fact that I have class disadvantage against Sentinel. So if I mess up and I do the same action twice in a row, if I'm not careful with my combos, then his analysis charges are going to build up very quickly. I'm trying my best to not fully block the special one. What I like to do is block the first part of it and then dash back on the second part just to not trigger the same action too much. And you can see that my damage is actually pretty nuts in this fight. There's a red number popping up that's 2172 on all of my attacks, and that's the Psychic Thorns damage that I'm supposed to be taking, but because Namor's signature ability prevents him from taking damage while attacking, that damage is getting reflected. In this fight, I don't have him fully maxed out, signature ability wise, but he's close enough that it barely took any damage. And if I did have him maxed out, then he would not have taken any damage from the Psychic Thorns. Alright, next fight, Psychic Thorns once again, and this time there's a 20% Limber node. And I'm going to use Omega Red because, of course, this is a Morningstar. She has hashtag offensive, not control, so I don't have to worry about the defense tactic. But again, I can only do medium attacks and heavy attacks. And if there wasn't Limber here, I'd be doing lots of heavy attacks. I would love to keep my D-Gen on this Morningstar here. She would go down much faster, but it's just a little bit difficult to... You can see right there, I tried to back up and do a heavy attack to counter her heavy. Not a good idea. So, for the most part, it's a little bit of a slowed fight, but I have an infinite regen source taking this bleed damage back, so I'm not really too worried about it. And as the fight goes on, then I'll use my parries to to get a heavy attack off. Honestly, I probably should have used one of my parries to get a heavy attack off earlier, just to really keep that high spore count early on in the fight. But whatever, it ended up being fine. Right here, totally messed up. I wanted to pop my special 3, and I backed up, and right as I'm hitting my special 3, she fires her special 2, so I wasn't prepared at all to evade it, and I get rocked by it, and that really sucked because I was at like 98% health, and now I'm going to go into this next fight, which is the Korg mini-boss, and I'm going to have to heal up. It's not the end of the world, it's just a couple potions, but... Still, in the moment, I had to take a moment because I was kind of pissed. So I just wanted to relax for a second before going to this next fight. Because, yeah, you can get tilted pretty easily in this game, and then next thing you know, you're taking a stupid death or something like that, and things just tend to snowball from there. But ended up just, using a couple potions, and we're good to go. Gonna fight this Korg mini, who doesn't have anything too crazy. Go through his nodes here. Explosive personality, enhanced armor up. That's what he's getting from the linked node, because the way these mini bosses work is they both link with one another. And from there, it's nothing too crazy. He's not even getting the global. I'm just going to try to fight him like any other Korg with Omega Red. Omega Red, of course, being one of the best counters to Korg, if not the best counter. So just got to get that high spore count, staying as close to him as I possibly can, especially early on while I have the bleed from the Suicide Masteries. And he's not really playing into to my block and not allowing me to parry, which is a bit unfortunate. Here we go, finally get a good parry, that way I can get my my heavy attack degen going on him. Omega Red, of course, his parries cannot be shrugged off, neither can his degen, and basically none of the debuffs from Omega Red, you know, while you have enough spores on the opponent, so I didn't have to worry about playing around the rock shield. And just going to bait out a quick special 2 here. This Korg is almost dead. And this time, you know, once I get him within range for my special 3 to kill, then I'm not going to hesitate, and I am just going to pull the trigger on it. Get the heavy attack off right there. One more evade on the special 1. Going for a 5-hit combo. Pop my special 1, or I'm sorry, special 3, and this Korg is toast. Now, unfortunately, this is the last fight of this war. It's not the last fight I did, but I accidentally deleted the second half of the war footage. I didn't even die. It would have been great to upload. But this is unfortunately the last war I have recorded. KenOB, they did go on to beat us. You know, it was kind of a tough start for us since, you know, we're just getting back in the swing of competitive war. But they did take the victory here, so congrats to those guys. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.